I think people start coming in fast now.
Yeah. So then we can start.
Hello all, this is Karan.
Rishikesh, where is the program schedule? It is there somewhere.
Yeah, Pradeep, can you put that out, like program schedule? We can present that screen. So one of our guests has joined. Chief guest has joined.
Oh, very good.
Yes. I think maybe we are good to like we have 53 now. Okay, we are good to start. Like this is the event farewell event list. Oh. Totally 55 so far.
I think you can start off, Rishikesh.
Yeah. Pradeep, you can close that screen. Yeah. Let us begin with a divine start. I call upon Dhirendra Mishra from AMSA to sing the prayer song for us.
सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः अस्तु मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. May all be the happy. May all be free from disease. May all realize what is good. May none be the subject to misery.
Yeah. Thank you, Dhirendra. Good evening, everybody. This is Rishikesh, the Joint Sec of AMSA. I will be the host for you today. I welcome you all to the farewell event of AMSA 2020. Today's event will have a lot of interesting features. We are going to have a grand stage which will consist of researchers, academicians, sportsmen, musicians, and last but not the least, the student power of AMSA. The experts will cover a wide range of topics involving physical and mental wellness, secret mantra to have a great career in your concerned field, and motivating pearls of wisdom during this pandemic time from their experience. Of course, we'll be having a lot of cultural events and fun-filled events as a presentation to keep you entertained throughout. I wish everyone all the very best in their endeavors. Stay back and relax. Sit back and relax. So let's not wait any longer and get started with the proceedings. First, now I call upon Mr. Unedited, previous secretary of AMSA, who has been a great senior and a guide to the new AMSA team. Please do share your experiences, brother, and pass on the baton to us. Thank you.
Hello, hi everyone. Myself Aniket, I've been the secretary for AMSA for the year 2019-20. Firstly, I would like to give a warm welcome to all that have come and took out the time to be here with us today. Our esteemed chief guests, we have quite a few of them. We have alumni and eminent sports personalities with us. Are all professors, our faculty advisor, Mr. Lakshman Rao sir, and also all my dear friends. Welcome to you all. I hope that everyone is doing safe in your homes and everyone is taking all the necessary precautions in this time of pandemic, and everyone is focused on staying healthy. So it's a cause of great concern today, and thank you all for joining us. So it was very difficult to perceive such an event coming into reality. But our faculty advisor, Professor Lakshman Rao sir, had his vision set to have this validatory function for all the graduating students. And we were in the middle of lockdown, and sir took out his time to create these virtual interviews to select the new team. So we selected Manohar and Rishikesh to be the executive committee of AMSA, and they have worked very hard to set up a new team. So we have a lot of team members with us who have a lot of talent with them, and they are very enthusiastic. And they have all culminated to make this event into a reality. So I'd like to really congratulate them to make this event into a reality. So previous year we had quite a few events. We had the freshers welcome. We had a lab visit organized for all the freshers coming in to get an overview of the department. We had a MATLAB introductory session, and we had other events as well. What I'm saying is that the new team should take up as what we have done and build it further to create a better connect between all students, and also to involve professors if possible to create a good atmosphere in the department. We have also worked on alumni database. We want that the new team to work on that, and possibly it can turn out that people will get some internship opportunities or placement opportunities via AMSA. So that will be really great, because applied mechanics being a strictly specialization kind of a postgraduate department, it is very useful to have a connect and a network with the industry in form of alumni connections, so that we can have students exposed to the to various industries. So I wish, yes. Anyone wants to say something? Someone's speaker is on. I wish the new team all the very best to for the coming year to do their best and fulfill all the objectives of AMSA. So, lastly, to all my outgoing friends out there, of which I am inclusive, I'm sure this is the journey in the department has been the one to remember. And I'm sure some of the coursework can be extremely excruciating and some assignments too difficult to complete. But I'm sure all the hard work has now paid off. And even after the evacuation in March, we have worked hard to complete our thesis, and I heartily congratulate each and every one who is graduating to successfully complete their degree at Applied Mechanics IIT Madras. And hopefully this can be something that we can remember with a lot of pride and honor in our hearts. Without any further ado, I'd just like Rishikesh to continue with the program and move forward. And I hope they have something special stored for us in this evening. So go ahead, Rishikesh.
Yeah. Thank you, Senior. Okay. AMSA is full of life now and is thriving. There is only one man behind this initiative who always allocates his time whenever the team needs. He is the invisible fifth pillar who carries all the burden on his shoulder. I call upon Dr. Lakshman Rao sir, the faculty advisor of AMSA, to address the gathering. Please, sir.
Thank you, Rishikesh, for the nice introduction and for getting this started today. It is very nice to see so many of you today. It's much more than what you would have seen in a physical event of this type. And I congratulate all of you for coming, for taking it off, for being with us. And my special message to all graduating students: you have worked hard for how many? Most of them may be MTechs, maybe a few MS and PhDs also. So depending upon your degree, you might have spent 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. So it's a memorable stay that you have here, and I'm sure you'll much more than this experience giving you a job. you will remember your association with the department and can help in contributing to the department in some way. So please remember the department and please look out for ways by which you can interact with faculty and students of the department, even as you go out of these portals. There are several ways by which the department has been looking for interactions. So please uh, try to keep this in mind and get back and see how you can participate in it. Number one, for example, we have summer internship. We try to make the summer internship through a linkages of alumni of the department, and that's how it has worked now fairly well over the past 2-3 years, and I'm sure it will continue well. So when you are sitting there in your company or in your research labs, please think of some future student who can spend a few hours, a few months, 1.5 months or so with you, and possibly you can help him to get trained in some way after you graduate. And if possible, if you're in a slightly senior position, you can also help in giving give him or her a job. So these are the immediate effects. And if as you grow old, you may be in a position to get some money and also have a vision for what can be done in future. Please remember that the academic institutions are the channels through which you can interact with young minds, and you should look at that as an opportunity and see how you can tap all these things in a very systematic way and get them into your workforce. And we faculty are always looking for opportunities to orient ourselves to what are the needs of the industry. And as alumni, you should always think back upon us and maybe have a soft corner for us and help us in graduating better students who are more serving the needs of the society at any given time. So that's my message for all the alumni. And with regard to AMSA, it has done fairly well in the last few years, and I'm sure it can do much more in future. It can play a very important role in bridging the current things happening in the department to, or at least informing about it to the alumni. So this is something that we have been trying. I mean, at the institute level, it always happens through some newsletters. But I think the much more intimate information and intimate connection is required at the departmental level, which is sometimes missed when you focus on an institute level. So we faculty are busy with 100 things. They may not do anything actively, but possibly one small wing of AMSA can take care of this interaction between the current department and the alumni or well-wishers of the department. And one of the simple things that we have been planning, we hope at least it will fructify in the current team, is to bring out a small newsletter, a easy electronic newsletter which tells the events of the department every now and then to all people who care for the department. So I hope this is something that will fructify here. Another thing that you need to also focus on is a network with other applied mechanics departments across the country and across the world, if possible. So it looks strange, and some of you may still have that gnawing thing inside your heart, that why are we there in this applied mechanics department? Why are we not there in mechanical department or aerospace or something which are quote unquote more established and so on. So and in fact, if you look across the world, some of these entities have vanished in the globe. But definitely, they did not vanish in India. There is a definite different vision for them, and building that vision for future is one of the things that faculty are doing, and you should help us in projecting that vision for the future. Definitely, we have a stronger interdisciplinary component of what we do than many other departments, and definitely we can improve this image and build upon it further. one of the things that is responsible for a low profile of applied mechanics department in institutes is because of their lack of undergraduate programs. But this also has been debated a lot, and you may or may not know that the IIT Delhi is starting an undergraduate program in engineering mechanics, etc. And similarly, MNNIT is uh, planning to start a similar undergraduate unit within their own applied mechanics departments. And I hope IIT Madras also follows suit. It makes the entire thing complete. You have research, you have people graduating at master's level, and you also have young kids who have a lot of enthusiasm and who require a direction also. So these are some of the broader issues that are occupying the minds of the department. When department is normally through faculty, and faculty can be influenced by students, both current students as well as students. And this is something please do not forget even as you graduate. You just have to find a channel of influence, and surely out of 29 faculty, one of them will listen to you and then try to take up your cause further. So I'm very glad to be here. The society, I mean, the Applied Mechanics Student Association is now more or less stabilized. Every time there is still a reluctance of people to take up, leadership position, thinking that it may divert them from their research or whatever it is. But I don't think it is really true. It's a added wing to your own personality. You learn a lot by interacting with people. You know how others react to all your ideas, and and you also have a
I think we are facing a network issue.
strong mechanics department. Okay, so that's all I have to say at the current time, and I congratulate the current team and also the previous teams who have put things together and are continuing the boat in a very nice manner. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable speech and blessings as well. Yeah. AMSA team expresses its deepest gratitude to the head of applied mechanics for accepting our invitation. AMSA is able to attract good amount of crowds each year. A great part of its success goes to Dr. Ramakrishnan sir, who always backs us with his finances as well as some moral support. I kindly request our HOD sir to address the gathering.
Hello, you are able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are able to see.
Good evening to everyone. Professor Lakshman Rao, my colleagues, all students. Hi, Ankit, Rishikesh, It's very nice
Ramakrishna,
to see.
we may also want to see you. Is your video on?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, thank you.
No, sir. Okay.
Yeah. So it's very nice to see students. I always keep seeing my colleagues only in the last few months. So it's very nice to see students of many students who are special interaction and other things. I joined Lakshman Rao and in congratulating all the graduating students. I know it was very difficult in the last few months to keep ourselves safe and then to do some, research or studies and other things. Hopefully we have done well, and then we will continue to do so. Things. So, but I also thank you for calling this old man for this youthful, memorable function. Okay. So I think, hope you all will enjoy this evening. So I think I only have something to, I joined with Lakshman Rao in realizing that the last few years, AMTA has actually grown. It's very nice, with this more active participation. We found, it's very easy to select members. The activities are more, whether it's a workshop, sports, or, kind of entertainment, student events, student faculty collaborative events, and other things. I request the new team to continue this tradition. So that you can. So AMSA is getting close. AMSA means we used to think of only Lakshman Rao. Now Ankit came and now Rishikesh comes. It's not Lakshman Rao's association, now it's Students Association. Last 2 years we have felt that way. So we are getting close to the faculties. Now we have achieved that there's lots of activities among students. But we have to take it along the faculty members also. Many people would be this thing. I'm sure we will do those things. And this and never forget to connect with your alma mater always in your life. Because we keep telling this to all new alumni wherever they are living, whenever they are living the institute. Two things. One is that expect something different. World is very different when you go out from the institute, especially from institutes like IIT. When you go out, life is totally different. It's not going to be the same. So whatever you learned, you had exposure and other things may not have a real meaning in your practice. So it will be totally different. You have to be prepared for that. And we all wish, as faculty, on behalf of the department, we all wish you to have a very safe and great future, and always be connected to us. Anything, any upgradation or anything you need, feel free to contact us. We'll be very happy to help you out. And we also connect all the alumni, because that alumni database is very, very poor only in applied mechanics department. If you go to the alumni center, we don't have much of interaction with them. Please help us to connect. And this time, Lakshman Rao is always, very keen to connect, spend time with all alumni and other things. Please share all your contacts and other things with Professor Lakshman Rao, right? And I would like to conclude this, that our department will try to give all support to the association for all its genuine activities in the AMSA. You plan out, we have to be innovative in these current circumstances. You plan out well, give us a plan, and whatever is possible, the department will give you. That's it, right? And with these few words, and I thank the one and all, wish all the best, be safe, and then take care of yourselves and the society. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you very much, sir, for joining live and for your valuable suggestions. We'll try to keep the AMSA flag flying high. Thank you. Now, let us have a song presentation. Let's hear a song sent out by one of our friends. Hear him sing in 3 different languages seamlessly. Sit back and enjoy. Let's play the song, team.
This is Anand. I'm a PhD scholar from the Department of Aerospace Engineering, and I was told that you guys are passing out this year. I would like to congratulate you on finishing your course successfully, and wish you all a bright future. So I have a couple of songs lined up for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. So here we go.
तू ही मेरी शब है, सुबह है, तू ही दिन है मेरा, तू ही मेरा रब है, जहाँ है, तू ही मेरी दुनिया, तू वक्त मेरे लिए, मैं हूँ तेरा लम्हा, कैसे रहेगा भला कि तू मुझसे जुदा हो। So that was a Hindi song. Now I have another song. It's a Malayalam song, and I hope
you guys enjoyed. So here we go.
വാനവില്ലേ നോക്കുകില്ലേ കോടമഞ്ഞിലൂടെ ഒന്നുമെല്ലേ ചായുകില്ലേ ഓർമ്മ പെയ്യും ചില്ലമേലേ തേടും കണ്ണിലൂടെ മായും നോവിലൂടെ വീണ്ടും പൊറുകില്ലേ വാനവില്ലേ നോക്കുകില്ലേ കോടമഞ്ഞിൽ ചില്ലിലൂടെ.
So that was Malayalam, and finally I would like to present a Tamil song. So here we go.
வெள்ளை பூக்கள் உலகம் எங்கும் மலரவே விடியும் பூமி அமைதிக்காக விடுகவே மண்மேல் மஞ்சள் வெளிச்சம் விழுகவே மலரே சோம்பல் முறித்து எழுகவே குழந்தை விழிக்கட்டுமே தாயின் கதகதப்பில் உலகம் விடியட்டுமே பிள்ளையின் சிறுமுகல் சிரிப்பில் வெள்ளை பூக்கள் உலகம் எங்கும் மலரவே விடியும் பூமி அமைதிக்காக விடுகவே.
I'd like to wish all of you the very best for your future. Thank you so much.
Everyone should applaud. Come on, guys.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, yeah. We can unmute for these things. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So, yeah, okay. We have with us Dr. K. Ramesh sir from the Department of Applied Mechanics. He is one of our most senior professor from the department. In fact, he is our institute chair professor. He worked previously in IIT Kanpur as a professor, and he did his PhD in our very own IIT Madras. He is our very own alumnus. That we can say he's our super senior. And he was a distinguished alumnus from NIT Trichy. Thank you, sir, for your gracious presence. You can go ahead with your speech, sir. Thank you.
So very nice, Rishikesh. And I am very happy to see about 75 people in the meeting. You know, our record is whenever we have online meeting, faculty were present, Senate, all the members are present, and student body also, all the members present. That's something very interesting on the flip side of all this pandemic. Okay. So what you find is, though pandemic has affected all of us, when it comes to meeting people, everybody is eager to meet each other. That is a positive sign. And I'm sure you would have listened to the inspirational talk by Sundar Pichai on for the graduating students. Fine, you are also making an history. It is unprecedented, and do not think that you will be left with no choices and things like that. All that shows that you are going to make an indelible mark in your career. Okay, so be rest assured that spring is coming, and you will all do very well in your career. And I do not know how many, because the department has grown to the extent he has to introduce me who I am to the student body. It was very small to start with, and you'll be surprised, until the department reached the 50th year, nobody thought of starting a student organization. When I was the head of the department between 2004 and 9, it was started in 2008. AMSA was started formally as a student body in the year 2008, and it was quite well in the initial stages. Then there was a lull, and I must congratulate Professor Lakshman Rao for all his efforts to bring it to this level. And I find now students are taking it up, and that's a way to go around. And it's a mutual benefit. You will also benefit by associating yourself with IIT, and the department also will benefit with association from all of you. So that is the idea behind it. And so I wish all of you a very bright career. This is a small, bad patch happens in everybody's life. So look at it from that perspective, and you will all do very well. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for joining us live and giving your valuable insights. Let's go ahead with the even further. We have experts from solid mechanics, fluid mechanics, and biomedical all lined up for you. All these experts are part of our alma mater as well. That's a good thing about it. And for a first, we have with us Dr. Ravi Shankar sir from Altel. He is joining us all the way from United States of America. He has 20+ years of experience in his field and is a simulation expert in the field of manufacturing process. We are thrilled to have you on board, sir. He is a close friend of Dr. Venkateshan sir, being an alum himself. Hello, sir. Hope that you're in mute.
Hi.
Hi, sir.
My microphone was on mute. Yeah. It was nice to join this meeting. Thank you.
Sir. Sir, I think you have joined very early, in United States of America. Now time will be what is that around?
It really is. I'm in Austin right now. It is 7 a.m.
Thank you. Thank you for joining so early. Thank you.
No problem. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Hope you're doing well, sir. We can't thank you enough for joining us. And one question I would love to ask is how it feels to be back in the mix, sir, with the IIT Madras junta now again, after long years.
Yeah, it is very good. We also have a WhatsApp group of all all the students of Professor K.N. Sitaraman and Ashwat Narayana. So we constantly talk about all these things. So it's very nice to be with all the students. And I love IIT Madras, so that's something I cherish very much in my heart.
Yes, sir. Yes. So, yes. Sir, with your consent, can I play the video you have sent us?
I can actually speak rather than.
Sure, sir. Go ahead, sir. Yeah, sure.
So can I go ahead now?
Yeah, fine, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. Okay. He introduced me. I am in India. I go by the name Ravi Shankar. Or in IIT Madras, they gave me a nickname MSR because my name is MS Ravi Shankar. And when I came to US, it didn't work really well. Actually, one of my friends said that the last name confusion will come. Put your last name as MS and first name as Ravi Shankar. And every email I got, I became like Miss Ravi Shankar. So it was really annoying so oftentimes I even get emails and stuff like that, thinking that I'm a female. So then I thought it's time to change my name. So I went and expanded my name, and here I'm known by the name Ravi Mayavaram. And I actually did my master's by research in IIT Madras. My advisor was Professor K.N. Sitaraman and also Professor P.A. Ashwat Narayana. Now, Professor K.N. Sitaraman is from the Department of Mechanical Engineering and Ashwat Narayana is from Applied Mechanics Department. So in a way, I have a connection with both the departments, and I used to often go to the laboratory to meet Professor Ashwath Narayana. I think Venkatesan is working in the same department, in the same location. I was there for 4 years. Even after completing my master's, I was there as a research associate. And I really enjoyed my period. I would say that was the best part of my life, being in IIT Madras. Even today, I remember it very fondly. I used to stay in Brahmaputra hostel. Those days, we used to have the mess inside the hostel. Each hostel was kind of a self-contained unit. We had a beautiful common room. We had a mess. And you really, if you're very lazy, you don't have to get out at all. You can just stay there. You get food, you get everything, and you can just chill out in your hostel. And Brahmaputra hostel was also very well known for its excellent food among all the other hostels. So a lot of incentives. I never used to live IIT Madras. My home was in Chennai. I used to go there only for a few hours a week. I just used to stay there, and we used to have a center called Siemens Center. And that was actually a very big improvement before the card-based system. Just before I joined, it was a card-based system. People have to wait in line to process their cards and everything. And some people were visionaries at that time too. For example, the computer science department head, I was talking to him. He was close to my advisor. He said that one day we will have every hostel room with a LAN connection, Ethernet connection, and every student will be required to bring a laptop. Well, that looked really fantastic at that time. Like, I thought this guy is just just dreaming, because it was not real at that time. In fact, even more, what was not real was when I joined Texas A&M for, I did my PhD in Texas A&M under the guidance of Professor Jain Reddy. When I joined at the time in 1993, they had the first website. The Institute of Scientific Computation created a web server. The first website, I was one of those first people who created a web pages. They gave access, so I went and created a web page. You just write in HTML. You didn't have any fancy tools those days. And you can browse the web, and 5-10 minutes you'll be bored. There's really no content at that time. And actually the head of the Institute of Scientific Computation was telling in a presentation that all businesses will be transacted eventually using internet, using the World Wide Web. People will buy, sell, and they don't have to really go to shops. That took a long time, 20 years. Almost in 2000, when Amazon became famous, the technology is changing and has changed pretty rapidly, and we are fortunate to witness through this. And having said about, I have to tell a little bit about my work too. I work for Altair Engineering, and I'm fortunate that I'm able to use whatever I studied in both my master's and PhD on a daily basis. We work on simulation, manufacturing simulation. We simulate pretty much most manufacturing processes. It's pretty challenging because our customer base is all real manufacturing people in different countries. So they don't have advanced degrees. So we have to develop software with very advanced physics for people without advanced degrees. And that essentially, and their expectations will be very high. If they do something and they don't see in the press and our software gives something, if you go to an advanced CAE specialist, you can explain to him, hey, I'm making so many assumptions here. But for them on the shop floor, it's for them, it's life or death. Manufacturing is cutthroat now because of competition from China. Survival is very difficult. It's very interesting, and we work as a large team. And that is one thing I learned once I joined Altair, because until then, both my master's and PhD, even in school, we never worked as a team. We were all alone. We were just doing our research by ourselves, doing things by ourselves. But you have to keep in mind that your success or failure when you join an organization is going to depend on how well you work as a team. And that is a skill you have to learn. And because there's always competition, there's always politics, there is always people who want to get ahead of you. And a team is going to make your life interesting, because if you look at it, in a given week, we are work around 40-50 hours a week. All our waking time goes in the work. So you spend more time in the company of your colleagues than with your own family. And you want to look forward to going to your work every Monday morning, right? And enjoy your life. And that is possible only when you cultivate that team spirit and learning to work as a team. This is something no one can tell you. You have to figure out as you go by. And that is, I would say that keep that in mind and figure out more tools. And I don't want to give a cartload of advice about that, because I didn't know anything when I graduated, okay? I was an introverted guy just doing research, and eventually I had started working with a large team and managing them. Then the nuances of working with people became very, very interesting. I just want to go from this modern technology to something very ancient. You know, some of you may already know this. In Vedas is called Shruti. There is Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad is part of Krishna Yajurveda. In Taittiriya Upanishad, in the first chapter, at the very end of the first chapter, there is an advice. Those days, just like us, you know, we are all staying in hostel. I stayed most of my life in hostel or some dorm and then studied from there. Like that, the students used to go to Guru's house and they used to stay in his house for 10, 12 years. They used to live there, work there, do everything. So they were called Ante Vasinaha, means they are living inside with the teacher. And when they graduate, it takes on 10, 12 years. The Guru decides when you graduate, okay? It's not like IIT or anything like batch after batch, they graduate you, whether you like it or not. In fact, I'm telling my friends here locally that don't graduate this year. If you have a choice, if you're a master's or PhD, just because, you know, unlike in India, visa and all other problems come, you know, it's very, very problematic for international students. So just telling them, so then in the ancient world, like the Guru decides when you are ready and when you are ready to graduate. Some may graduate early, some may graduate late. When they graduate, they give, Vedas itself gives a 2-page full of advice on to the students. Okay, the teacher gives advice to the students, and that is one of the fantastic pieces of Vedas, and the advices are amazing, and it's often quoted. Some of the lines from there are often quoted. For example, Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara, that's from there. And then he'll say Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. All those are from that 2 pages of Vedas, actually. In fact, most of us who have learned Vedas, they chant it very often. That Upanishad itself is amazing, okay? In terms of knowledge, you know, the amount of knowledge we have in our ancient system, in terms of philosophical thinking, Western people don't appreciate it, you know. But the fact it is like very, really advanced thinking, and I'm not going to go into that. I want to pick only 2 or 3 lines from that, which makes sense to all of us, okay, for in this secular context. One thing it says is, Swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. Again, in the beginning it says Swadhyaya ma pramadaha. It also says that. Swadhyaya means self-study or studying by yourself. Essentially what the teacher is telling the student is, I've taught you a lot of things. That doesn't mean you stop studying. For the rest of your life, it's almost like in Vedic religion, something called Nitya Karma, something you have to do daily or on a regular basis. Education or learning, relearning what you studied before has to be done on a daily basis. It's part of your daily Nitya Karma, Swadhyaya. You don't have a choice about that. So learning has to be done for the rest of your life. So what happens in college is only a tiny step. A lot of learning, even in mathematics or simulation, numerical methods, convergence, all problems, everything you face, it happens outside of once you leave the university, because that's when what you do becomes a matter of life and death, because it becomes a job security, okay? Because if we are not able to sell our software enough, then we'll have to lay off people. For us to sell software, our results have to match experimental data, field data, right? So what here the teacher tells the students is Swadhyayan ma pramadaha. Don't forget it. But one more thing Vedas also says, it says Pravachanabhyam, Swadhyaya Pravachanabhyam ma pramadi. What? So Pravachanabhyam means teaching others. What happens is only when you teach others, you really start learning, because you get hundreds of questions when you start teaching others. Those questions never arise to you. And especially it will be very challenging to teach to IIT kids, because they will ask questions called Vitarka, you know, sometimes they will ask question just to put the teacher on a spot, right? So they will ask very smart questions, and then when you teach, it becomes really problematic for you to understand all the nuances and explain to them, right? So pravachanadhya means that Veda says that you cannot stop teaching either. That is also your duty. So you have to keep studying and you have to keep teaching. And teaching actually makes your knowledge stable and it gives you so much more insight into this. I found this very valuable. Generally, what my advisor, Professor Jayan Reddy, used to do is, he's one of the fantastic teachers I have come across. When someone comes and asks a question, he will not answer them superficially. He will go to the board and he will start from the first principles and explain everything. I asked him why he is explaining in such a detail. He said it's a twofold advantage. When you explain like that, you also make sure that you refresh your knowledge. Because when you are going to go to the board and write Navier-Stokes equation or Bose-Einstein assumption or whatever you have studied, that makes sure that you don't forget that. And you also learn to explain better every time. And the two things, one more thing I would say that very interesting thing the same graduating address says is, it says, the teacher tells students, his teacher is so sweet and humble. He tells two things to students. He says, hey, in my life I have done, in my works, I have done a lot of good and bad things. In that, don't take any bad stuff. If you're going to emulate me, just take only the good stuff. And he also says one more thing about his own life, because a kid lives in his own house, right? So he sees what all the teacher does. So even the same is true with my life. So there are a lot of positive and negative things, good and bad things in my life, but you don't take everything what I have done. Just take only the good stuff, okay? If you get a chance, there should be a lot of translations, just read these 2 pages. It's very good advice for the graduating students. The last thing I also learned, that this is from my Professor Sitaraman in IIT Madras, he used to always say that don't let your degree box you. Just because you studied, say, when I was in India, we used to be like fanatical CFD engineers. But that means not even knowing that much about solid mechanics or solid mechanics simulation. But when you go out in the job, lot of things will be thrown at you. Whatever IIT has given you is only analytical skills and the ability to learn. That's it. Don't box yourself saying I'm a mechanical engineering and applied mechanics. It's not like that. You are an engineer. There are 2 things great about you. One is you can learn. You have survived IIT Madras, so you can survive everywhere else. You can learn, and you have enough analytical skills. So with these, whatever the work that comes your way, you can succeed. Okay. With this, I will conclude my little chat with you. Thank you all for giving me this opportunity. I hope I didn't go overboard. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for your expert insights. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, we will present to you a beautiful poem sent out by one of our students. It will make you revisit the memory lane. Let's play that poem, please.
नमस्कार। इस वर्ष हमारे जो मित्र उत्तीर्ण हो रहे हैं उनके लिए एक कविता लिखी है जो इस प्रकार है। जैसे जैसे हम बड़े हुए बिस्तर का गीलापन छूटा, पढ़ने को स्कूल चले तब नानी दादी घर छूटा। जीवन का मूल्य बढ़ाने को, एक नई पहचान बनाने को, सबके सपनों का बोझ लिए, आशाओं की एक होड़ लिए, इस कोचिंग से उस कोचिंग साल दर साल यूं निकल गए। तानों का अंबार लग गया नाते रिश्तेदारों से, चुपचाप उन्हें फिर सबक मिल गया जब कॉल गया IIT से। फिर निकल पड़े यायावर सा जीवन में कुलांचे भरने को, छूट गया वो घर अपना, छूट गई सकड़ी गलियां, नुक्कड़ की वो चाय छूट गई, छूट गया वो याराना। ट्रेन से जब हम निकल रहे थे शहर को पीछे छोड़ रहे थे, मीठी नदियां छोड़ हमारे खारे तट पर कदम बढ़े थे। नए सफर में नए हम सफर कुछ दिन में ही ढूंढ लिए थे, साइकिल की सवारी का फिर से आनंद उठाए फिरते थे। आम की बगिया छूट रही थी इमली के जंगल में आकर, घर के कुत्ते भूल रहे थे हिरणों की आंखों में खोकर। भैंस छीना छपटी छूटी बंदर के पाले में आकर, दिन का सैर सपाटा छूटा प्रोफेसर के लेक्चर जाकर। कभी नहीं सोचा था ऐसे आईआईटी को विदा करेंगे, कोविड के इस समय में ऐसे सफर को अपने थमने होंगे। ओएटी की फिल्म छूट रही, यारों की महफिल बिखर रही, छूट रही रामू की चाय, जैतून की तंदूर छूट रही। अंतिम सलाम न कह पाए, डिग्री का जश्न न मन पाया, अपनी अपनी राह ले लिए, मैसेज से ही बाय बोल दिए। अब इंस्टीट्यूट हमें क्या संदेश दे रहा है, इंस्टीट्यूट हमें क्या मोटिवेशन दे रहा है? चलो उड़ो निर्भीक गगन में, पांव जमी पे टिकाए रखना, दंभ कभी ना आए, पल भर ध्यान तुम्हें इस बात का रखना। तुम्हारे जीवन की किताब का हिस्सा बनता जाता हूँ, तुम जितना आगे जाते हो मैं उतना बढ़ता जाता हूँ। उम्मीद दिलाता हूँ तुमको, इंस्टी तुम्हें न भूलेगा, एलुमनाई के शीर्ष पर एक दिन नाम तुम्हारा भी होगा। विश्वास में है इन लम्हों को कभी नहीं तुम भूलोगे, उत्साहित रह जीवन में एक नई ऊंचाई बनाओगे। धन्यवाद।
Yeah, that was kind of a very interesting take on our industry life. Yeah. Now I wish to play a short video clip that encompasses the research activity related to the cricket taking place in our department. Take the hint, guys. Play the video, team.
A number of games like cricket, tennis, baseball, and golf, etc., involve impact events which are very critical to the gameplay. For designing better sports equipment and for preventing impact injuries, study of impact is very necessary. In our lab, we are studying the mechanics of various impact scenarios occurring in the game of cricket. One of the most important factors in the game of cricket is how the ball interacts with the pitch and the bat after being bowled, causing it to deviate, turn, or bounce unexpectedly. We are currently using finite element approach to understand the behavior of common impact scenarios like bat and ball impact and ball and pitch impact. Collision and impact mechanics associated with the cricket governs the engineering mechanics which has to be studied for proper understanding of the game and to augment the sport performance in terms of reliability, safety, and entertainment.
Thank you. We have amongst us the former Indian international cricketer and one of the most successful captain of Bengal Ranji team. He has his own style of commentary that mesmerizes people. He is currently creating waves online through his Cricket Bazi show in Crick Info. We are thrilled to have you, sir. Presenting to you, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Deep Das Gupta. Please address the gathering, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rishikesh. First of all, it's an absolute pleasure to be here and address all you gentlemen out there. And also, congratulations to all of you, people who are passing out. See, what I actually mentioned was it'd be nice if I could take questions and all. But anyways, if you ask me to talk about it, I'll just mention a couple of things. I think especially as what's going on right now in the world. You call it a crisis, call it a challenge. That's what it is. That's the reason we are doing this online and not in person. So obviously, and what I honestly believe is this is not a pause. This is the new norm. I think sooner we accept it and you know kind of it'll be easier for us. So obviously, at times of crisis, I think what we really need is good leadership. I think we need good leadership any which way, but at times of crisis, you need good leaders. You know, there are peacetime and wartime. At wartime, you need leaders to show you the way, and you gentlemen out there and you people out there are the leaders, are the leaders of the country or the leaders of the new world. Go moving forward. So it all boils down to you people. I mean, how you take this, your generation take this world forward. Talking about crisis, I mean, listen, in cricket, we keep having that. In sports, rather. Our issue is every time we step on the field, that's an examination for us. I mean, you pass or you fail or whatever. It's every day. Every day we put our feet across the boundary line. It's an exam. So we are used to it. We are used to failing in some, passing in some. And to be very honest, if you look at any cricketer, I'm going to talk about cricket because that's my field. Look at any cricketer, your percentage of failing is a lot more than passing, right? Okay, let's say Sachin Tendulkar, for example, he's best the game has ever seen, right? Uh, he's played around 600 innings, and out of which he's got 100 hundreds, maybe another 100 50s. So that's 250 plus scores, or maybe a little more than that. But if you look at it, if you look at the percentages, so he's actually failed a lot more times than actually being successful. So I think failures are something that I think you shouldn't be averse to. And now that you're stepping outside, out of education into the world out there, I think one thing that we have to understand and accept is failure is all right. There is no problem in failing as long as you learn from your failures and move on. That's something that at least sports has taught me. The field has taught me. The other important thing that it's taught me is how to look at challenges and crisis, and what we call is basically fight or flight syndrome. Either you can run away from a challenge and say, hide or whatever, or you can take it head on. You either fight it or you fly away. And flying away does not really help. That does not really help. And if you fight it, chances are, you more often than not, you will convert crisis into opportunity. And I'm sure you all have heard this before. But this is what it is. I mean, if you fight it out, if you're out there and look at the positives of it. I mean, every cloud would have a silver lining. Every cloud would have a silver lining. It's up to you whether you focus on the dark clouds or you focus on the small little silver lining. And that's what it is all about. And especially now, look at out there. Yes, there are a lot of negativity around with whatever is going around with the COVID issue, plus the border issue and everything else. But look at the opportunity. Now everyone's talking about Make in India. I mean, look at that as an opportunity. I mean, where would you find it? 3 months I've been sitting at home. First 2 weeks were quite scary because someone like us, we are not used to, one is not knowing what's happening, all the insecurity. But then very quickly I also realized that, listen, this is a great opportunity for me to do things that I never had the time to do. For example, I was always interested in sports psychology, so went online, did a couple of courses on sports psychology, online courses, always wanted to learn Spanish, trying to learn Spanish, wanted an online coaching app or something like that. So I'm still working on an online coaching platform. So, I mean, all I'm trying to say here is yes, it's challenging time, but if you really, really look deep into it and put your mind to it, and that's what education system is all about. It's about analyzing things. It's not just about taking things on face value or what people are saying. It's about giving you the knowledge and also giving you the bandwidth to think about situations. And if you really think about it, it's a great opportunity now because the world has kind of pressed a reset button, and it's on a reset mode. And like I said, it's a new norm. So because it's a new norm, that would mean there'll be plenty of opportunities out there. If you don't take those opportunities, somebody else definitely will. So either you take the flight or you fight it. You fight it and find out the opportunities out there, find out what you can do, look at the silver lining and grab it. Grab it and that's what it is. And every time the world's I mean, look at history. I mean, you guys have done that tons and tons of times more than I have. But if you look at history, every time there's a crisis, there's been a new world order. There's a new set of successful people who've come through. That the world goes in a cycle. So people who don't move with times, they miss the bus. So there is a bus or a train or a flight that needs to be taken that's still out there. It's for all of you and all of us to take it. Either we take it or we miss it. It's as simple as that. So all the very best. That's all I've got to say. And thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, good luck.
Thank you for a nice speech, sir. Also, you put forth a different kind of perspective. So, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. We are joined in live by Dr. Kiran Marisur, Chief Scientist from CSS Corporation, where he works in finding solutions to different problems in the field of digital domain like banking, telecom, and education, etc. During his stay in IIT Madras, Sir had trained a lot of people who were attending their interviews. He has 30 plus publications. He is an inspiration to many. He did his MS from biomedical engineering class of 96 and his PhD in the medical engineering class of 2017. The stage is all yours, sir. Please do enlighten us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, first of all, for inviting in this wonderful forum. And thank you, Akshay. And firstly, it's very happy to see all the professors and my hearty congratulations to all the students of Applied Mechanics IIT Madras. I think it must be a huge relief that you have actually completed your degree and you're looking forward for your great career ahead. And I thought probably right I should share my part of what I have learned from IIT Madras and what is really useful for me in my work, which is pretty much applicable even today. So I joined IIT Madras first time doing my MS in '94, and I did my B in electronics and I passed out in '93 with a gate score of 81. And initially I tried a couple of IITs, I couldn't get. I mean, you know that 81 is not a great percentile. And then I got into a job. My first job was in a biomedical firm, and I joined as a sales and service engineer. And I was asked to sell a lot of biomedical equipments to doctors, and that's how I started my first stint. And I didn't know how to sell because I was not a very good. I was primarily an introvert, and I didn't know how to sell. And I had to meet two doctors, and every day I had to spend outside close to 4 to 5 hours waiting for the doctor just to get that 2 3 minutes to talk about the equipment. So within a month, I realized that I'm actually wasting a lot of time waiting for the doctor, and then I started studying about the medical equipments, and that's how my first interest developed. And for next 8 9 months, I would have spent like more than 50 60% of my time only thinking about how the technology, the engineering behind it, the features. And then I saw that there was a great opportunity for me to actually get into something to do in biomedical itself. So that's when I realized, and I was very lucky to get into IIT Madras with that score. Luckily, they had an interview, and if you do well in the interview, and then your gate score plus your some cutoff was there, and I just cracked through. In fact, most of my batchmates had 90 plus. And the first learning that I learned is that learning is not going to stop. Now, that is something that I heard from one of the previous participants as well. Learning is something that at least when you're in a college, there's something that you know what to learn. The course is there, the syllabus is there, the tests are there, so you know what is there. Whereas once you come to a professional world, everything is unknown. You will see new problems, you will see new domain, you are going to see new challenges, and there are many times you might feel that right, what you have learned might not be really. I mean, what you have learned in college might not be applicable, but what will really help you is how we are going to address that, the problem solving, the analysis part. So that is exactly what you will be applying in most of the problems, and that's what actually the current professional world is looking for. We want to do solve problems and be more efficient. So that's exactly what the first thing that I learned from IIT. The MS really laid a foundation for me. So when I finished my MS and got into Infosys way back in '96, the first the 1 year, 2 years was very unsettled for me. Like any other aspiring person, I wanted to do something very new, something very innovative, like the way what I used to do in IIT Madras then. And whereas I was assigned to projects like banking, retail domain, which was not at all related to biomedical. So there was a lot of disconnect. So I'm very sure that each of you would likely to face this kind of problem. But trust me, very few people will be really lucky to get whatever they have studied. I mean, that's going to be a fact. In fact, I would say that 95% of the people will not going to get the jobs that you're going to look for. But what can really help you is that try to start liking whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter what kind of a domain, what kind of a business the company is in. As long as you are able to connect the problem solving part, trying to do improvise things to solve and do it in a different way, and that is what is going to make a big difference. And that kind of a realization, I was very lucky that I got it within a year. In fact, at some point of time, I was thinking to quit Infosys within a year or two when I joined. But once I figured out that this is not what I'm going to need, but solving problems is going to be my passion. For next 15, 16 years, I kind of was with Infosys, trying to do with deep dive, and it really helped me in my career. The second big realization I figured out while I was at Infosys is, see, when you're getting into a job, right, primarily there are two types of, broadly speaking, right, either you got to get into a managerial role or on a technical role. Both have got its pros and cons. So I would rather say that don't try to compare others, saying that no, that so-and-so individual is growing faster, whereas I'm not growing. You just have to realize and evaluate your strengths and try to figure out what is that you're good at. And some of you might be good at both. It doesn't matter. I mean, whether you're in a managerial job or technical job, you might still be doing quite good. And again, right, I'm talking about people who are going to work for other companies. Of course, there's another breed called entrepreneurs. So some of you might actually like to start something, but again, right, it all depends upon your strengths. You have to figure out whether you are the right person to do that. So once you have that self-realization, so no matter where you are, you will actually do good. And so the second thing that I actually learned while I was in Infosys is, so in my MS, while I was doing my MS, publishing papers was kind of, I mean, you have to get a degree, you have to publish papers. So even though Infosys didn't have I mean, there was no need for us to publish papers, that actually helped me to, that culture kind of cultivated within me. I was initially, and whether it was a business domain or a process or testing or technology, wherever I was, I made sure that I was trying to publish papers, not in journals, but mostly in conferences and other forums, wherever it's possible. And I also agree with the other point that the gentleman before me was talking about is you try to teach others what you have learned to your juniors, to your colleagues, your subordinates, and that will actually strengthen your understanding and your articulation. So with that 17 years I was with Infosys, and then again a new kind of a desire came that I figured out that somehow, right, some kind of hollowness, and I was very sure that the knowledge that I had was good, but it was not good enough for me to survive for another 20 years. So I wanted to reskill myself, and that's the reason why I pushed myself to do a PhD. I joined to do a PhD when I was 42 years. I again lucky to get into IIT Madras. I moved back from Bangalore to Chennai. I was there, and it was again, right, it was a totally different experience because I was already in middle age, and I was initially having the fear that whether will I be successful, will I be able to do my marks well, whether I'll be able to clear my exams. But again, I think the basics, some of the basics in Infosys actually helped me to figure out, because when you're working in a company, right, timing is very important. Everything is based on time, efficiency, effectiveness. So, and being in the lab almost, which was thanks to Dr. Ramakrishnan, who had given me the keys also within the very first 6 months. And I was able to access the lab almost like 24 hours. So 24 hours, you keep thinking about your problem, then it becomes very easy to solve them. So that is exactly what helped me in my second stint while doing PhD. And after that, I've joined the CSS Corp based in Bangalore. So I work as a chief scientist. Again, here it's a totally a different level. Here the problems are totally new. I mean, today if you see in the kind of the digital world, a lot of new problems that are coming up, and it really needs a lot of it's not the PhD foundation is what is really required. Now, I'm very sure that one piece of advice I would give to everybody is that so for MTech people and MS, if you have an opportunity to do a PhD, please do it. If not now, at least after a few years. It is becoming very competitive in the professional world. A BE degree is not sufficient. A master's degree will also not be sufficient eventually. A PhD is very, very important. And what you learn it doesn't matter in which field you're doing PhD. So once you get a job, that entire foundation is going to change the way you're going to, and it is going to be a differentiator between whichever company you go. And I've seen a lot of people with a PhD, and there's a lot of reception, welcoming, and a lot of opportunities are there. In fact, last year from our company, we came and hired in IIT Madras 7 PhD people. We offered 13, but only seven of them have joined. And so definitely, right, if you get a chance at any point of time, please make sure that you do a PhD. It really is going to help each of you a lot in making sure that you're doing a great job. And my final piece of thing is that advice, or rather request, is that in the last 20 years, I've been associated with IIT Madras. In fact, I think I would have visited at least once every year. I met my professors. I used to come to the campus, spend some time with some of the students. So this is, IIT Madras is a great place, and applied mechanics is a really, really awesome place. So one of the requests is that try to keep in touch with your professors. This is a lifelong relationship. Try to nurture it right from the start, and whenever you find time, just drop in, visit them, and contribute in whatever ways. It could be in terms of learning or money or whatever it is. So and each of your success is going to be your department success as well. So with that, I wish all the students a great journey from here on, and all the best, and hope you all are successful. And we would love to hear stories, and so that you also stay connected with the alumni. And thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I know, sir, you told not to compare yourself, but one point, respectively, if I need to put it, like your resemblance is quite uncanny with Sundar Pichai, sir. Like even your voice, exactly like that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Going on with the proceedings, we are pleased to welcome Dr. M. Ramasubba Reddy, sir, Professor and Head of Laboratory of Biomedical Engineering Group. Sir is an experienced teacher and researcher in the areas of biomedical instrumentation and signal and image processing. For his PhD work, Sir received Best Thesis in IISc Bangalore during his stay. Sir is a 2 times gold medalist from IISc Bangalore. I kindly request him to address the gathering. Please, sir. Hello. Hello. Dr. Reddy, sir. Okay. He will be joining in the meantime. Yeah.
I think he's not connected, maybe.
Okay. He was there, but maybe network issues. Okay. In the meantime, guys, let's launch the AMSA anthem for our guests. This is a tribute to all the guests, like our outgoing students of applied mechanics. Enjoy. Please play the video. Yeah, we can play the AMSA anthem.
mechanism This is our home, this is where we roam. This is our kingdom, there's no place for boredom. This is our home, this is where we roam. This is our kingdom, there's no place for boredom. Applied mechanics, solid mechanics, fluid mechanics. Biomedical, academical, it's all electrical. Applied mechanics, solid mechanics, fluid mechanics. Biomedical, academical, it's all electrical. This is AMSA. This is AMSA. This is AMSA. Applied mechanism. This is AMSA. This is AMSA. This is AMSA. Applied mechanism.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that was quite emotional for me as well. Yeah. Oh, going on with the proceedings, we have Dr. Vijay Bhaskar Narayanamurthy, currently Scientist F in Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Missile Center, DRDO, Hyderabad. He is the former student of Dr. Lakshman Rao sir. Currently, he is Secretary of Indian Society of Applied Mechanics as well. He is unable to join in live, unfortunately, as he is presently stationed along with the Indian Air Force in Ladakh for advanced system preparation due to the current India-China border issue. What a great man. Let's hear from him. He has sent out a video to us from Ladakh.
Scholars, my warm greetings to all of you. I am happy and thankful to be associated with you in this virtual graduation ceremony. At the outset, I would like to give you a brief introduction about me. I am Vijay Bhaskar Narayanamurthy, currently working as Scientist F at Research Center Imarat, a DRDO laboratory founded by our former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, in the year 1988. I am engaged in research, design, and development of flight internal structures, mechanisms, flight integration, and testing. I was also a student of applied mechanics at IIT Madras and graduated in the year 2007. I was fortunate enough to get wonderful academic and research exposures from excellent professors in the department who are second to none in their chosen disciplines. In particular, in the final year, I had an opportunity of working under the guidance of Professor C. Lakshman Rao, who has kindly exposed me to the topic of impact mechanics. And I have been continuing my interaction, work, and seeking his guidance even today. I am sure you would be having a similar feeling with a sense of satisfaction and gratitude to all your professors in the department and IIT Madras for giving you a wonderful experience, education, and knowledge. I think this would be your happiest moment when you feel that you are graduating from this AM department. You would have gained a strong foundation in computational, experimental, and theoretical methods in solving typical problems in applied mechanics. This branch of applied mechanics will provide you an edge over others. It gives you an opportunity to go, venture, and work in any domains of engineering like aerospace, automobile, nuclear, civil, mechanical, biomedical, naval, etc. for civil and defense applications. You are going to be the most privileged and sought out candidates for potential jobs and R&D in these engineering fields. I think all or most of you would have secured a place by now, either for a job or for an academic research. Even if few of you have not yet received a one, I am sure that you will soon get it. When you are in actual work or in research, you will mostly find that and sometimes totally new from whatever you have studied or understood so far. But this applied mechanics foundation that you have received at IIT Madras will make you feel that you have an inner confidence and background knowledge to face these problems boldly and come up with timely and convincing solutions. This confidence in you to face any new challenges and problems in mechanics in the industry is the real benefit and outcome of your present education. You are different from rest all of us. I can say confidently that you are all achievers. You really had challenges of COVID-19 pandemic threatening the entire humankind. But you have experienced and succeeded in finishing your final phase of education through online system, which may be a new normal for the future batches and generations. Our country and the entire world is facing a difficult time at present. This situation is giving us an opportunity to retrospect within ourselves. It gives us a feeling that leading a healthy life is very important than anything else. We are facing challenges in healthcare, employment, and security at north, northwest, and northeastern borders. So, as a country, all of us need to be positively motivated at this point of time to excel the situation. We need to promote and work for self-sustenance and indigenous supply chain in all essential segments. Therefore, I believe that you have greater responsibilities ahead. When you join any organization or an institute or starting an entrepreneurship, please get aligned with positive goals and positive attitude. Please do not get disturbed by any type of negative influences. In my 2 years experience in private and 19 years in government, I have seen certain nature of people always cribbing about the organization for either for promotions, rewards or facilities, etc. In case if they don't get a promotion in a year, they don't even work or contribute for that year full-fledgedly. They even forget that they are receiving salary at the end of the month. In this nature of people, there are excellent technical people, but over a period of time, they have cultivated poor attitude towards themselves and towards organization and towards the country. So they damage the morale of others who are not strong in their values. We may think that our organization or country is a dirty pond, but we need to live like a lotus, ensuring that we are not disturbed by the negativities surrounding us. We need to strive to make self and surrounding a nice and a vibrant place to work and live. Therefore, I strongly feel that more than technical aptitude, we need to develop very good positive attitude towards life, organization and the country. Notwithstanding this technical education and intellect that you have gained at IIT Madras, I request and urge upon each and every one of you to cultivate and develop a strong physical, mental, emotional, moral and spiritual health. And be grateful for everything that you have received until now and going to have or receive in future to lead a contented and a successful life ahead. I thank all the graduating scholars and professors for giving me this opportunity to interact with you on this memorable occasion. I wish you all achieve the very best in life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your advice, sir, and sending this from during this difficult times. Even you are very busy. Thank you, sir. Guys, I know you are graduating, but why not put to test your knowledge base about our lab through a fun quiz? Guys, you have been a great lab mate and a great student for IIT Madras. For this, now I call upon the quiz master, Mr. Gokul, to conduct the quiz from AMSA. Quiz master Gokul, please go ahead.
Hello all. I hope I'm audible. Thank you so much for joining the event. So now we'll be having our fun quiz. We have some interesting questions lined up for you. Majority of the questions are related to our institution and our department. So we have here a mix of professors, alumni and students. So I request all of you to take the quiz. Exciting prizes await the winners, and we will send out the gifts to your home addresses. So now I'll give a brief description about the format of the quiz. There are 15 questions and you will get 5 minutes to answer them. My friend Nagarajan will soon post a link in the chat box. So look out for that link. Please, you have to access the link and you have to fill a Google form. Please keep an eye on the countdown. You have 5 minutes and make sure that you submit the form before the time runs out, or else you'll not be able to submit the form. So I think the instructions are clear. So yeah, Nagarajan, can you post the link? Yeah, so I can see the link in the chat box. Please access the link and please fill out the form. Your time starts now. You have 4 more minutes. You have 3 more minutes. Two minutes. Last 1 minute. Hurry up, everyone, hurry up. Last 20 seconds. Hurry up, hurry up. Now you are running out of time. Please submit the form. Please submit the form now.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I hope everyone has submitted the form. Thank you so much for participating. So I'll come back after some time and announce the results. Now Rishi will take over from here.
Yeah. Thank you, Quizmaster Gokul. We'll stay tuned for the result. Good luck to everybody. We'll wait for that some more time. We'll keep you. Doctor, next presentation is from Dr. Mahesh Panchagnula, sir, who is the current Dean of Alumni and Corporate Relations. He is an alumnus from the Mechanical Engineering Department from our own institute, class of 1992. He has been the director of IIT Madras Incubation Cell for a tenure of about 3 years. He is passionate about mentoring tomorrow's leaders. So he's definitely passionate about sending out his pearls of wisdom to you, next gen leaders. Please play the video of Mahesh sirs.
Hello. I want to start by thanking AMSA for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts with the graduating class of the Department of Applied Mechanics. We are very proud of every one of you that has made it through a very difficult process to gain a degree from the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. Congratulations and welcome to the fold of the alumni of IIT Madras, a team that is 50,000 strong, spread all over the world, and leading some of the best organizations in the world. Congratulations. I convey these thoughts to you in times that are obviously extraordinary. These last few months have tested our will to remain indoors. They have tested our patience to not be in contact with our loved ones. And they've tested our ability to work under some extremely difficult circumstances. I'm sure each and every one of you will have stories to tell the next generations from this time that you're graduating. Sometimes I've heard this class of graduating students being referred to as the COVID batch. It may just well turn out that you will be associated with a dreadful pandemic and the events that unfolded after the pandemic spread globally. The pain and tribulations that come with an event like this are not common, for sure. But every generation goes through a set of events that test us. The earlier generation to us had a war to bear, a world war. My grandparents' generation experienced a world war and all of the pain and tribulations that came with a world war while they were still in the southern part of India. My parents' generations had to go through some fairly extreme financial hardship. You know, India was not a country that is as well off today as it was. Several decades ago, it was not as well off as it is today. And these times are going to be our own test, our own exam. And the next few months will determine our willpower to overcome this greatest of challenges that has been thrown at us and show the world that we can stand up, take one on the chin, get up and fight again. I think that's going to be the greatest gift we can give to our country during these very difficult times. My own PhD, like everyone's, had its own ups and downs. We go through a set of, we go through a period when nothing seems to work out, but we overcome that phase. And eventually when we get our degree and several years later, when we are gainfully employed, we look back on that phase and said, I did learn a few things about myself during that time. And those learnings are what we wish you all take away from these very difficult times. After graduation, I'm sure you're getting into a very difficult job market. But one job is not the same as your career. No pandemic can stop anybody from having a fruitful career. Your first job may be, a little bit on the, a little bit downside. Your job may not be to your best of expectations. It may be delayed a little bit, but that does not mean that your career will be stunted. There's a big difference. You are in this for the long haul. The pandemic is not in this for the long haul that you and I are in. As long as we realize that, we will see the difference. There is a clear mismatch of time scales. Just focus on the long-term career. Skill yourself. When the times are difficult, when you're at home, go skill yourself in a direction that makes sense for your long-term career. And you'll see it paying back many fold going forward. So those of you that use this time productively, proactively skilling yourself will come out ahead, in the marathon that we all run in our careers. I think we have a mix of MTech, MS, and PhD students going into the industry. The industry is in a very bad shape. There's no two ways about it. But if there is one group of people that can pull the industry out of the bad state it is in, it is you. You have to take this bull by the horns and wrestle with it and come out ahead. That's the only way that we can rebuild our economy from where it is right now. The captains of the industry trust all of you bright people coming out of the IITs to help them converse this valley that we are all going through and start and go back on an uptick back again. So let's make it our duty, our responsibility to do what we need to do to pull the industry out of this recession. Work a little harder than usual. Take a break or two less than you would usually take. Those are the little things we do that eventually add up and build a country. So let's do our little part, and you will see all of this add up to a big uptick, and the way which the country can then benefit from. In conclusion, I want to wish all of you the very best. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep distance, follow all the norms, wear your mask. Do not take any of these instructions lightly. Stay healthy, and it's only when you all stay healthy that you can stay productive. Okay, congratulations and all the best.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for sending across this video, even in your busy schedule. Now, Gokul, can we have the results of the quiz, please?
Sure, Rishi. Sure. So, hello everyone. We have checked all the submissions and we have found our winners. So, the first prize goes to Avinash Gupta. Congrats, Avinash.
Yes.
And the second prize goes to Nihal Dash. Congrats, Nihal. And the third prize goes to Tushar Pradeep Sharma. Congrats, Tushar. Congrats, winners. Congrats to all winners. Our team will contact you after the event and get your address. So we will send out the prizes. Once again, I thank you all for participating. Thank you. Over to Rishi. Rishi, please take over.
Yeah, thank you, Gokul. Oh, for these guys, Christmas has come early, it seems. Yeah, gifts. Okay. Then moving on to next. Before moving on to next, I'm still able to see Raghavendra Sai sir still there. So thank you for support, sir. Please, can you tell few words for your outgoing students, sir? Thank you for support.
Well, this is not really mandatory for me to speak now, but however, I'm delighted to see everyone here actually participating in this farewell function. And as my other colleagues have already mentioned, I convey my heartfelt congratulations to all of this batch. Of course, they also realize that this is one of the difficult times, and I'm sure every difficult time is an opportunity for us. And that's how I truly believe that this batch is going to stand out very well in all respects. All the best to them. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you. Yeah. The following event will be useful for every applied mechanics student. Let's learn about Indian Society of Applied Mechanics from Mr. Ashish, the Student Secretary for IITM. In the meantime, you can mute others, please.
Yeah. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, Ashish. Yes. Go ahead.
So thank you very much for first of all inviting me to the event, and I will congratulate first of all the passing out students. All the best to them, and hope they will do better in their future. Myself, I'm Ashish Pandey. I'm a PhD student under Professor Lakshman Rao sir, and I'm also a student representative of IIT Madras for Indian Society of Applied Mechanics. So I will give you a brief introduction, what we do and what we plan to do, and how we are connecting all other applied mechanics department all over India to take this step ahead and improve our research in the field of applied mechanics, is consisting of fluid mechanics, biomedical engineering, and design engineering, etc. So, giving a brief introduction to that, ISAM, Indian Society of Applied Mechanics, is an all India registered professional body. It is registered under the Tamil Nadu Society Registration Act. And our objective, if you can divide into, there are four main objectives we can say. The first one is the domain of applied mechanics, which covers mechanics of solids, mechanics of fluid, biomedical engineering, engineering materials and design. And these disciplines all over the country, different departments have these disciplines. So the main objective is to use all the useful knowledge, all the research happening in all the other departments all over the country, and unite on a forum or a conference level or a symposium level to discuss upon these disciplines and to find out what are the research advances going on. And second one is to bring together all the engineers, scientists working in all the field of applied mechanics. So as the participating students here, which are graduating today, after your graduation, you will be working in prestigious companies, prestigious research institutions. So if your area is related to applied mechanics, so we want you to join together with us and help the society move ahead, help the discipline move ahead. And third one is to promote the intellectual welfare of the members by organizing periodical meetings for discussing and publishing the scientific papers with subject concern to the applied mechanics stream. In that concern, we have also conducted many conferences, national conferences, and student level conferences also. To give a brief idea about that, we have two kind of conferences. First one is the INCAM, Indian National Conference of Applied Mechanics, which is held every 2 years. And the second one being the totally student-run conference, which is known as SWAYAM, Students Conference regarding applied mechanics. So, and this year, SWAYAM 2020 was going to happen, but due to this COVID scenario, we have extended it up to December or January. So we are still working on that, and maybe we will work on a similar kind of structure of online conferences. So we have conducted our conferences in various institutions starting from IIT Madras, IIT Delhi, ISC Bangalore, MNIT Allahabad, and in 2021 we have planned to conduct the INCAM in IIT Kanpur. So we are gathering all the students, all the departments, all the professors in all these colleges and all the organization people to work in the improvement of the whole discipline of applied mechanics. And in this and SWAYAM 2018, I'm missing here. Last time we went to BITS Pilani. We have conducted this will be our second student conference. So first conference was in BITS Pilani, Goa, and now we have planned to conduct SWAYAM 2020, which will be happening in this year end, maybe in December. So which is going to happen in BDC, the Sevagram. Sevagram is famous for Mahatma Gandhi's time there at the independence struggle. So this was the brief introduction about it and what we do. And I will, from this forum, I will request all the people who have joined here to participate. First of all, they can be member and they can contact me for any other inquiries about ISAM. And they can be part of SOYAM 2020. We will see how this goes, how this COVID scenario falls out. If it goes well, then we can conduct a physical conference, and later on we can do the online conference also. So we can create a online forum where you can discuss your problems, and this being a student conference, the level of research is from a very basic to a higher level. If you have a basic idea which you want to discuss, to tell your friends and to know more about it, you can put this idea in this forum, this conference. So all these details you can directly mail me. You can directly go to the website isam2016.in. You can go to the SOYAM website, and all other queries can be sorted there. And in the end, I will just say that thank you very much, and all the best to all the graduate members. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ashish. Thank you for informative lecture. And now we would love to hear from some of our outgoing seniors. You can feel free to unmute yourselves and interact. Like you can name call your friends through the nicknames, I think, or pull a leg. So you can unmute yourself for the next 5 minutes, please.
Hey, Vaila.
Call some shy guy, ask him to speak something like that.
Anybody here? It's all quiet.
I have backup, but still, it will be fun if you guys talk within yourself.
और करण भाई कैसा है?
Hi. Hi, Aniket. Am I even audible?
Yeah, please speak for a minute or so.
I have to speak for a minute. Okay.
We need some disco lights and some music in the background. I think that will be nice. Then we can do our dance. Just so that professor should not be here.
I expected like nobody will be unmuting, so but now good. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, Aniket.
Hey, Vinod Krishna.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi. Congrats on the highest CG, I guess. You are the one with the highest CG.
What?
Are you the one with the highest CG in the department?
Oh, okay, thank you.
Is it?
This guy is the most with the highest CG. So I think we should congratulate him on that.
Congratulations.
Head of Mangu Junta.
Actually, he should also give some sort of a speech. He's a DRDO.
Okay.
He's a scientist.
Yeah, please, bro. Yeah.
No, I'm not prepared right now to speak anything. I was
that's
just
the fun. That's the fun. Impromptu something you try.
Impromptu.
what to take. Actually, the situation is quite similar to what when I passed out my BTech time. I passed out my BTech in 2008. During that time also, the market was very dull. It's the start of recession and everything. But over the time, everything got better, and most of my classmates, everybody got placed over the time, even are in good. So it does not surprise me that everyone from my friends were back, but opportunities everywhere. So I wish all the best to everyone, and not give up on anything, whatever you're trying, either higher studies or jobs.
Thanks, bro. Now we know why you're topper. Actually, yeah. Someone is wrongly presenting. Yeah. Okay. That's also fun. Somebody's pranking maybe. Okay. Then the super singer Anand Bharatwaj bro is also there. He sent out that song, like 3-language song. Yeah, bro, it was very nice song. Yeah, super. Yeah. Okay, then we have our backup plan. I call upon Mr. Sri Krishna Sudhanshu, the first AMSA secretary ever, to speak a few words. Yeah. Sudhamshu bro.
Oh,
There?
no, I didn't expect this actually. Okay, so firstly, I want to thank all of you, the AMSA team, for organizing this very good farewell. I have enjoyed it thoroughly, completely.
Thank you.
So I don't have anything more to say about AMSA. It's really going on very well. We just I just helped. We just helped me and some more other group of students. We helped when Lakshman sir was starting it up again. So that's all about that. But I had a very good time at IIT Madras. Basically, I made a lot of friends in my lab, in hostel, in mess, everywhere. I have so many friends, and and even about faculty, I never expected that they will be so accessible and friendly. I think this is one thing that everyone should agree upon. Like it was not like my undergraduate BTech or anything where I would fear to go to a faculty and talk with them. So I'm thankful to everyone. Most people I have seen here are brilliant, but also down to earth. That is something that I have learned only after coming here. So I'm very thankful to everyone, and I thank you all. That's all.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Once you say go AMSA, bro.
Go AMSA, go.
Go AMSA.
Thank you.
I think we should all say that together.
Maybe.
Yeah, that will be great. Yeah. I don't know how many will join in.
But yeah. Okay, in chat box they will do. I think they will continue in chat box. Go AMSA, go AMSA. Let them continue. Try, guys.
Someone is saying in the chat box, go AMSA, because it's too shy to say.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think Reddy sir left for another meeting at 6 o'clock, so that's the only thing that got messed up in between. So, as a vote of thanks, AMSA team expresses its deepest gratitude to Dr. Lakshman Ramakrishnan sir, HOD Applied Mechanics, Dr. Lakshmana Rao sir, Faculty Advisor Applied Mechanics, Dr. Ramasubba Reddy sir, Head of Laboratory Biomedical Group, Dr. Kiran Mari sir, our own alumnus, Mr. Deep Das Gupta sir, former Indian international cricketer, Dr. Vijay Bhaskar sir, our alumnus, Dr. Ravi Shankar sir, again our alumnus, Dr. Mahesh Panchagulla sir, the current Dean of Alumni and Corporate Relations. Last but not the least, all the participants for making this event memorable. Before you all go, we will end the session high on emotion by playing a collage video which will contain all your NC memories in a beautiful form. Please play the video, team. Thank you everybody for joining. This is AMSA team signing off. Au revoir, class 2020.
Great talk, guys.
Everybody can unmute.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go AMSA, go.
Thank you for putting a program together.
Thank you, Abhishek. There are a few of my friends who have joined out from the IIT as well. Like, in India. Thanks for joining. Ramachandran Chitappa. Yeah, thank you, AMSA team. Thank you all.
Thank you, Rishi.
Thank you.
Rishi, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Rishi, for conducting this very good program. And
Rishi, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Parth. Yeah. Most of you can leave. Yeah. Thank you all. So many beautiful messages in the chat box. So many beautiful. Nice.
All the best. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Will be sent through Amazon Steam. Like, I cannot let out the secret. Wait for the gift.
All the best, Rishi.
Yeah. Fine, ma'am. Fine.
All the best, Rishi.
Man, you're not leaving, man. Like, my group is not leaving. My group can leave. They're over. Game over.
Rishi Zindabad.
Like this. Initially, my motivation was low, man. Like, I pulled like all my guys, like, kept on sending messages, like, please join. For fun sake, they joined. Like, they will prank me afterwards. Something like that. They joined and lost them. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, Shubham. Shubham, like, other than new AMSA team, you can remove others. Okay. Yeah, that's all. So our only team is remaining.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, man, great job, guys. Like, even went on like beyond our expectation. Like some celebration.
Yeah. Thank God we had backup. It was like it's like my bad.
Anything like.
See, just electricity came back. Okay.
Correct. So
Really, I don't know why it happened.
Man, amazing. Our plan went like anything like the two people worked like anything like Akshay, Shubham, like kept on like it all planned. Like kept on like messaging him, others like it's a very good plan.
Rishi, it took exactly 2 hours. Exactly 2 hours.
Yeah, like amazing. Really amazing. Like many
Amazing, yeah.
suddenly in between, but I could not take them up because even otherwise, like Lakshman Rao sir, I called Lakshman Rao sir also. I told him, sir, because Professor joining, even because we have not written detail for them.
Yeah.
So I told him, so he said, okay, in the last you take. By the time last only Nagendra Sai sir was there. It's okay.
Okay, it's okay, bro. It's okay.
But many professors joined, like that was like happy moment for me.
Yeah. Lot of people joined.
But our plan also worked. Like we added others from outside, right? Those people also like filled up, and like it was a crowd, and most of us participated within us, so it looked interesting. Like more people are there, they still stayed, something like that.
Yeah. So overall, 60 people were there till
until the end. That's a good mix. Like maximum it went to 80. Maximum it went to
85 something.
80. Amazing.
maximum 80 people were there. 85. So that was good.
I expected that like students will come around 30, 35 maximum. Professor will come and go 3, 4 something like that. Same. Percentage same like 40% outside something like that. All mixed.
I think somebody can stop recording. Otherwise, this will also get recorded.
But fine. Okay, and stop recording.
Okay, you are recording. Okay.
Yeah. I'll stop.
So